Brighthill Farm's Nick and Anne-Marie King have spent the last 16 years developing a growing thoroughbred nursery in the Waikato. Irish Nick and English Anne-Marie crossed paths for the first time when travelling horses between England and Australia. They met again in the early 1990s when both applying their craft in New Zealand.
We'd both worked here in New Zealand. We'd come out here, fell in love with New Zealand. We went to Japan. We were fortunate to have a very good job in Japan, working for Lex Stud. We were 4 years there, and it gave us a great insight, as to what we wanted to do, which was to come back and set up a farm here in New Zealand. And as I say, it was nice to have that opportunity to step back and then plan what we wanted to do and be able to come back and put that into effect. So that's this will be our 16th season coming up now. So that was 15, 16 years ago. So yeah, but it was a great opportunity to get away from it, look from a distance, decide what we want to do, and come back and plan it from there.
Their time at Lex Stud in Japan allowed the Kings to secure enough funds to return to New Zealand and purchase a small property.
It just had a really good feel. There was actually nothing here except a little house and a deer shed, and there was deer fencing right up to the garden here. There was no barn, and in fact Nick was still in Japan and I was just about to have Sophie, and he arrived and I had Sophie 4 days later, but I had to manage and get the stallion barn organised for Bozam, and I had 2 little toddlies under 4, so it was 3 little people and we had our stallion Bozam, and that's really how we set off.
The Kings returned to New Zealand, bringing with them Brighthill Farm's foundation sire, Bozam.
The Bozam thing was a fantastic opportunity to start off with a stallion like Bozam. He was such a great racehorse. I honestly don't think, as long as we do this, we'll end up standing a better racehorse. He was Australian Horse of the Year, 5-time Group 1 winner, phenomenal racehorse. So he was in Japan where we worked, and the opportunity came through Mr. Okada in Lex Stud to bring him down here. So to start off with that horse, what he did was he was such a recognised horse that we landed him as our first stallion. People were very keen to come and see him, and one of the attributes, being Irish and English, one of the attributes we see for New Zealand is New Zealanders take you on face value. If you deliver for them and you've got the product they want, they're more than happy to deal with you. So Bozam, as I say, was a great foundation stallion because he helped us with that. But as I say, we were able to build on that because of the New Zealand attitude and the way the breeding industry runs in New Zealand. So that was a big plus.
The couple built on the success of Bozam. Brighthill Farm now sits on 270 acres of flat and rolling hill country and is home to resident sires Perfectly Ready, Patapan and Dalgar.
We have the stallions all around the house, A, because we enjoy them, and B, for security, and they always come in the boxes, and because we just love the horses for who they are. So our house is here, the yearlings are in the barn 10 metres away, we foal the mares 2 minutes away, and the stallions are just in the garden. So they are part of the family very quickly. So that's sort of slightly different. It's very family orientated and hands-on.
The King's success has come both in the sale ring and on the racetrack. They have been responsible for breeding some exciting bloodstock in recent years.
What we're trying to do is breed top quality horses. I think we view very much as, say, going back to the stallions we land in those boxes is a success story in itself. But probably in more recent years, I think even a number of months ago we had a filly belong to Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa Al Maktoum, who we got horses and stallions for. One that we'd had through the system, looked after, was a favourite of ours, Anne-Marie's and myself, a beautiful filly. Went to Mike de Kock in South Africa and won. She's the top 2-year-old filly in South Africa, won the Group 1 there about 6 weeks ago. So she was, those are the sort of things that really excite you.
Brighthill Farm's clientele reads as a who's who in the racing and breeding world, including the Duchess of Bedford, His Royal Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa Al Maktoum and Vinery Stud Australia. Their philosophy, client is king, has stood them in good stead throughout the last 16 years. Some clients have been with us since the beginning, continuously coming back. And I suppose it's something that we can, being on a slightly smaller scale, we can give that more individual attention. And that was something we brought back from Japan, where the client is absolutely king. And you look after that client really well. And we hope that we do that. There's always room for improvement. But I think we must do, because as you mentioned, we do get a lot of people who've been with us for a long time.
Treat people as you treat yourself.
We're just looking for that customer service and to keep upgrading that. And as I say, we're very conscious that it can be a tough game at times. So we're looking best how we can organise people's horses for them to get their best advantage to make a return. But we're fortunate we've got a lot of passionate people that breed horses that have been our clients for a long time, so they share the passion we've got, and I think that's an enjoyable side of it. And many of them are now really good friends of ours as well, which is even better.
You see, their mares are part of their family too. That you've got, you can't forget that it's another mare, but that's somebody's. They've waited for their foal all year. You've got to have respect for their mares.
The dream of running a successful stud farm has become a reality for the Kings. Nick and Anne-Marie have established a good client base and developed a farm they are proud of. The advance of their business over the past 16 years has been a testament to their determination. The Kings are now focused on continually improving the quality of their bloodstock.
I think basically the scale of the farm, we don't have any great ambitions to expand it. So like all breeders, our constant goal now is to upgrade the quality of stock and looking so that we can produce some really quality horses off the farm. That's definitely, isn't it, the goal that we'd have for the next 5 years. So the scale is fine.
Quality,
we like the
quantity.
scale that we've got now. Yeah, we don't do we're looking for the quality, so I think that works well.